And if you were Al-Qaeda, you would think we have managed to erase all sympathy for America here. From Jordan's King Abdullah snubbing President Bush to Egypt President Mubarak's comments Tuesday that where America is concerned, quote, there is an unprecedented hatred, and the Americans know it. There exists today a hatred never equaled in the region. Raghida Dergham is a senior diplomatic correspondent for the newspaper Al Hayat and also an MSNBC analyst. Raghida, good evening.
Good evening.
Is President Mubarak right? Unprecedented hatred?
I fear that he is right. There is an amount of hatred towards the policies of the United States. They don't hate us because of our freedom, because they hate our freedom, like our president says. They hate our policies. Above all, they hate what they think is an injustice done to the Palestinians due by to American policies. They are worried and fearful that Iraq will disintegrate and will be divided, not only Iraq, but also Saudi Arabia. And they feel that, you know what, the United States made terrorism by making Al-Qaeda and Taliban in Afghanistan some 20 years ago, and they fear that they are being scapegoated for terror.
Your answer indicates something that is almost never heard on American television, the integration of the ideas of Iraq and Israel and the Palestinian question. In this country, those are two, at least at maximum, two separate issues. They are not all tied together, and yet in the Middle East, I gather that these are entirely integrated issues.
Absolutely, absolutely integrated. You cannot look at one without the other. That is why, if we want to do Iraq right, we should do Palestine right, and we should really be sincere in as far as what we want for reform in the region. It is not enough to say we want reform, we want to do Iraq so that democracy will reign. I think it's important to tell Arabs and Muslims that we are really a fair country, that America dares to be fair and does the right thing when it comes to the Palestinians.
Is there a way back from the hatred that Mr. Mubarak described, or is the U.S. already in or nearing a position where we have to say, well, they all hate us, too bad, ultimately we have more firepower than them, tough on them?
Of course there is a way back, and the way back is A, in correcting our policies, and C and D, and B rather, because I have C and D, but B is really that we need to mobilize the public opinion in the Arab and Muslim Islamic world to say that we will fight Al-Qaeda. In that, they have to be empowered by correcting our policies. If there is a mobilization against Al-Qaeda, they may stop confusing their anger with our policies, with their sort of implicit support of Al-Qaeda's ways of rejection and anger.
One last question. King Abdullah's decision to cancel his trip to see the president. Translate this for somebody who is not fully up on the politics of the region and the importance of this. Is this as if Tony Blair canceled a trip here? What would a good analogy be?
I think that the King of Jordan has really been very sincere with the administration. I don't think the administration is angry with him. They respect him for his decision because it's about differing over policy. He said to President Bush in his letter, he said basically you gave Mr. Sharon, the Prime Minister of Israel, all kinds of assurances that are not clear to me that you are on the right track with bringing the two-state solution, Palestine and Israel. Please, sir, give me the explanation and give me as much as you can of guarantees, if it's possible, that you are on the right track, because I want to be your friend, but in order to be your friend, you need to help me out.
Raghida Dergham of Al Hayat and MSNBC, many thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you very much.